Hello and welcome to What I Talk About When I Talk About Art, or WITAWITAA, which sounds like something Bruce Lee would say as he punches things twice. I never understood the word subtext until I read Viewfinder by Raymond Carver. It had an intriguing premise, a few lines that don't make much sense, and it seemed like it was setting up for a surprise reveal for the ending, but then it just stopped. I knew this was a short story, but I couldn't believe it ended so soon. It was like I dived into an ocean, but landed on solid ground because the ocean was actually a 1 foot across puddle. I felt like I'd missed something. Carver's stories that I read before were so good that this moment felt like it was challenging me to go back and read it properly this time. So I turned around and looked down at the puddle, and what I saw was less of a puddle and more the depth of Moby Dick's fishbowl. That's the power of a surprisingly brief but poignant moment. The brevity draws attention. Short art can subvert our expectations and silently call for further examination if you're not expecting it. The surprise can be reliant on context, but a small piece of art can be easier to surprise with. I don't collect coins or stamps, but on the rare occasion I see a unique one, it makes me stop and admire it, and then I think about the subject for a bit. When a novel beauty comes from an unexpected place, it can make you think. Slow down. What other wonders might you miss if you don't stop and pay attention to what's around you? If you're not careful, it can make you really pay attention and think about what you're seeing. If you hear that Muhammad Ali once spoke a poem of only 2 words, it doesn't take long to consider what those words mean literally, but what was he really saying? Who was he talking to? Who was he talking about? What was he saying about his society, his position, his philosophy? It doesn't take long to see how so little can mean quite a lot. Everyone should try looking for beauty where it can be overlooked. I can't tell you where you might find it. Maybe it's in the architecture of a building you walk past every day. Maybe it's the unrealized wisdom in a stranger's overheard conversation. Maybe you'll realize it doesn't take much to add something wonderful to the world, in whatever way you're inclined to. Here's a story. I was a small child. I sat in the car being driven home. It was night and I was sleepy, but my mind was hypnotized by an idea. Something I could not wrap my head around as the car weaved through the familiar bends of my hometown. How did the moon keep following us? Everything else fell behind the speed of the car, but the moon was always there, even though it never looked like it was moving. Or maybe it was waiting until I looked away and then caught up. All of the earthly objects within my viewpoint could all be shifted along in a second, yet the sky is omnipresent. The tiniest momentary glimpse of just another perspective can still convey something universal to the human experience. We just need to find the view and remember to look closely.